Even though the single card market is falling, now is a great time to pick up some really great cards to add into your collection. So today we'll be going through a bunch of different cards from a bunch of different sets and go through what my picks are for cards to grab this month. Let's get into it. Right guys, so we're looking again at a bunch new cards to add into our collection. Now some of these cards are, one, beautiful, and two, these are cards which I feel like not only are they great to add into your collection just because they look nice, but also I think now they're cheap. You know, prices are dropping. Now's a great time to get some of these cards. Some of them might go up again over time. Just because they drop now doesn't mean they won't go back to where they once were. So let's dive in and see which ones have I got for you today. But first, let's get into today's sponsor, Low-Poppin.Market. If you are on the hunt for big top-end graded cards, they have you covered. From PSA 10s to Beckett Black Labels, guys, they have it all for you. They have all of their stock listed over on their Instagram page, so you can go through and browse through their entire catalog of amazing graded cards. I mean, they are absolutely fantastic. If you necessarily don't have the funds right now, they can also buy your collections from you guys to help get the cards that you want to get hold of. But not only do they buy collections, but they also do trades as well. We all know we like trading, but they also accept trades towards the cards that you want to get. If you don't have the cash right now, buy the cards that you want. And on top of that, they also accept multiple payment methods and international shipping. Hey, I'm over here in the UK, so that's great news for me. So if you're looking at picking up some of these cards, or you just want to check out their store, make sure to click on the link in the description below. Head on over to their Instagram page and their store, drop them a follow, and go and take a look. Alright, let's get into the video. Right, first off we have Irida from Crown Zenith. This is in the Galarian Gallery section of Crown Zenith. Now Crown Zenith is getting cheap. Booster packs are pretty cheap. It's easy to get hold of. Pull rates are fantastic. A lot of the cards have been dropping in value across the board for Crown Zenith, and this is a big chase card, to be fair. I mean, it's not the most expensive card, but it is sitting at around about $17. Now I would say that this is a great card in the set, one of the most expensive, obviously with the gold V stars, which are the most expensive of course in the set. Now if we look back at some of the Sun and Moon era, we see a lot of these female trainer cards, aka waifu cards, that have been going up in value quite a bit. Not all of them, but some in particular. Now we could sit here and speculate which full art trainers are going to shoot up in price in years to come from the Sword and Shield era, because at the moment a lot of them aren't massively high in value. I think the most expensive is something like the Irida. You know, we're not talking really expensive stuff. I think there might be maybe a Marnie or two that is holding good value, but overall they don't hold anywhere near as much as they did in Sun and Moon, and definitely not in Japanese. That doesn't mean they're all going to go up. Right, they might not, but we have to consider that a possibility because of what's already been happening from the Sun and Moon era. This, however, is still a beautiful trainer card. It is great. I mean, you're looking, like I say, $17. We go back a year. I mean, it hasn't been out for a full year, but it's pretty much near the lowest it's been. So now is a good time to get it, add it into your collection. Like I say, Crown Zenith is amazing anyway. But yeah, overall, pretty good card. Okay, now we're going to be taking a look at a baby shiny. We got the Eevee from Hidden Fates. Now, I really like this card. I love Hidden Fates. You know, if you've been watching me for a while, I go on about Hidden Fates quite a lot just because of how amazing it is. The shiny vault is huge. There's a ton of cards in it. So to pull one specific full art shiny or baby shiny is not easy. And this is a beautiful card. Big fan favorite. Eevee is a big fan favorite. And this is amazing. I mean, you look at this. $14. I mean, look at the charts. It has just fallen over the past 3 months from around $18, $19 now down to $15. We go back a past a year. This card has dropped from 20 down to 15. Now's a great time to get one. Look, Hidden Fates is actually getting more expensive. Like, booster packs are actually going up. So, like I say, pull rates are pretty tough to get something specific that you want. So, it is a great time to grab this little Eevee up to add into your collection. Right, then we go into a big boy now. Big boy Charizard from Obsidian Flames. Now, Obsidian Flames is getting cheaper. It's, you know, less than $100 a box, and the pull rates are pretty good in Obsidian Flames. Quite a small set. It's one of the reasons why, you know, it's quite easy to get some of these cards. This is the biggest chase card in the set at $61. You could argue that it could drop even more, but I still feel like it's a pretty good price at $61. I mean, look, 3 months ago it was over 90, 95, in fact 96, 97. There you go. So it's dropped over $30 in the past 3 months. I mean, its release, it came out probably around about 100, yeah, so it stayed about over 100, and I was like, oh, maybe this might hold, you know, maybe this might hold more than the Iono, which is currently one of the most expensive cards in the Scarlet and Violet era. But the pull rates wrecked it. The pull rates absolutely caused this price, this and the value of this card to drop like crazy. Now, it is a beautiful card. Have pulled it, seen it in the flesh, absolutely stunning. If you're a big Charizard collector, or you just want to get all the big hits from the Scarlet and Violet era sets, Now's a great time, guys, and this is definitely one of them to add into your collection. Kind of gives me a bit of Darts Ablaze vibes, although this is a lot harder to pull than the Darts Ablaze Charizard, and definitely worth a lot more than the Darts Ablaze Charizard, but this is still a great one to add into your collection. Right, carrying on with Scarlet Violet, we have the Miriam Special Illustration Rare from Scarlet Violet Base. Now, been a tough journey for Scarlet Violet Base. The booster boxes are under $90, and the pull rates are pretty good. This is the most expensive card in the set. Yeah, at $31 for the most expensive card. Ouch. Now, there are a lot of great cards in this set. Beautiful, stunning art. And a lot of them are cheap, guys. We're talking $20 or under. But this is the big chase card. This is what I'm saying. You could buy nearly 3 copies of these for the price of a booster box. So now's a great time to pick up the Miriam. I mean, I haven't pulled it. I don't actually have it in my collection. But because of how cheap it's getting, I just grab one. You know, I've got all the other big hits from the set. I went and picked them up myself. So I might actually just pick this one up, and that's me done with the set, you know, which is pretty good. I don't have to open any more packs. But like I said, you know, you get to the point, like, don't try and open up Scarlet Violet Base to try and complete the set. You could probably pick up a master set for a couple of hundred, maybe 200-300. Pretty cheap, really, across the board. I mean, let's look at since it came out, right? It was over 50. Go back right at the start, and it was about $75. So, yeah, this poor card has been dropping. I mean, to some extent, it technically came out at $265, but not really. So this card has dropped over 50% in the past, you know, 6 months or so. So now's a great time to pick it up. You know, saves you buying and open up booster packs. Right, on to Silver Tempest. We have a full art trainer, Candice. This is just a normal full art, not the rainbow. Now, this was actually a pretty big card. Coming out of Japanese, this was actually big chase card. Paradigm, I think Paradigm Trigger, I believe the set was, maybe. Could be wrong, but this was a huge card. Obviously, you know, Japanese full art trainers do incredibly well. They don't really, like I said before, they don't really transfer very well into English. But this card was a pretty big card from the set, you know, when Silver Tempest first came out. Now, Silver Tempest has been reprinted an absolute ton. And we can see this card is around about, well, just under $10 for this card. We go back 6 months and we can see it was around $15, dropped around about $5. We go back a year, and we can see that this card's kind of had a bit of a weird journey. You know, it was quite high, then it dipped, and then it went right back up, and it dropped again. This is a beautiful one. Again, very similar to the full art trainers we already talked about, like the Irida. We've got to kind of, I say prepare, but keep an eye out. Keep an eye open at the potential of some of these full art trainer cards to climb in the future. We're not talking about the future, we're talking about a few years down the line. But they might do, and this is because this was already a big favorite, this might be a big favorite again, so just keep an eye out. All right, we're keeping with Silver Tempest. We got the Skunk Tank alt art. Look, guys, you can get an alt art for less than $7. I mean, that's incredible. Now, we've already talked about in the past, all the Sword and Shield alt arts pretty much across the board have been dropping in value due to reprints. Hype has kind of died down for Sword and Shield era. We're deep into Scarlet and Violet. Everyone's talking about the new stuff, 151, you know, Paradox Rift, Twisted in Flames, like all the new stuff. And yeah, they're not really forgetting, but they're kind of moving away from that big old hype machine, you know. And a lot of these are really tough to pull. And the fact is that you can pick them up, especially in alt art, under $7. Hey, amazing. I mean, I don't mind the artwork. It's quite a nice artwork. We go back a year, we can see this card just falling from 25 to 7. Absolutely crazy. Hey, look, if you can pick up an art for less than $10, I don't care what it is, it's a good one. All right, on to another full art trainer. We have the Alessa Sparkle from Crown Zenith. Now, this one's an interesting one because this isn't from the Galarian Gallery. This is actually from the main set, and it's done pretty well, to be honest. I mean, a lot of the cards in the set have been dropping just because of heavily printing, good pull rates, so a lot of the cards in value, you know, as we've already touched on with the Irida, have been dropping in value. And this falls into the same category as the Irida and as the Candice, as big full art trainer cards to keep in mind in the future. I've never pulled this card, like ever, and I've opened up hundreds of Crown Zenith packs, and I've never seen this card. I mean, I've pulled like 4 gold Giratinas, but never the Alessa Sparkle. So let's take a look at this. $20. Over the past 3 months, it has gone from 26, 27 down to 20. We go back since the set first came out. It did spike, mainly because, well, it was hard to find at 36. But like I say, due to the heavy reprints, more of it was able to be found. But this is still, I think, going to be a good card, you know, to add into your collection. And especially if you like full art trainers. And it's nice artwork, to be fair. It is really nice, and I do expect a lot of these full art trainers in the future to go up. I don't know which ones, I don't know how much by, but I do feel like they're going to be good. If they follow suit like some of the Sun and Moon era, but we'll have to wait and see. There you have it, guys. Those are some cards to pick up to add in your collection for this month. Some of them are beautiful. In fact, I think most of them are really nice. Most of them are cheap. That's the main thing. I mean, even the big boy Charizard from City and Flames, yes, it's, you know, somewhat expensive at $60. That's not cheap money at all. It is still a big card from the set being cheap. I mean, the Miriam, look at that card. I mean, that card's just absolutely crashed, and you know, it's given me Dance and Blaze vibes, you know, where the most expensive card's only $30. I mean, that's not great at all. So yeah, I think some of these are great. You know, Crown Zenith, now's a great time to pick up all those cards. Pretty much most of the cards from Crown Zenith, a great time to pick them up. But yeah, keep an eye out on full art trainers, guys. Hey, look, I'm not saying they will go up, but if history repeats itself, then they might do. But, you know, you can't go wrong for picking up some cheap cards. That's the way I have to see it. But speaking about pull rates, if you want to know what the pull rates are of Paradox Rift, then make sure to click on this video right here. And if you watch more Pokemon content, guys, you know what to do. Make sure to hit that subscribe button. We are on the road to 10,000 subscribers. I know, it's absolutely crazy. It's all thanks to you guys that we're getting there. But definitely make sure to hit that subscribe button. Alright, guys, that is it from me in this video. As always, you guys are legends. And I'll see you in the next one.